This is Optimal Startup Daily, episode 841, Advertising's Bumpy Transition and Why It Matters to You, by Seth Godin of Seth's.blog. And I'm Dan, I am your host, and welcome back to Optimal Startup Daily, or welcome for the first time if you are just discovering us. Thanks a lot for tuning in today as I join you once again to read from one of the best blogs on the web when it comes to entrepreneurship. So let's get right to it and start optimizing your life. Advertising's Bumpy Transition and Why It Matters to You, by Seth Godin of Seth's.blog. Advertising has been around so long, they measure the prices in Roman numerals. CPM is a mark of how much it costs to run an ad that appears in front of 1,000 people. M is for 1,000. Until recently, a full-page ad in a national magazine that reached 2 million people could easily cost $80,000. That's $40 CPM times 2,000. I started my career buying ads for $50,000 a pop, and then made the transition to selling expensive online promotions to big brands. The opportunity was clear. Find an audience, make a significant profit selling ads. When the web was young, marketers like Yahoo said to P&G and Ford, "Buy our banner ads. They cost about the same as a magazine ad, but people can click on them as a bonus." And so banner ads at the beginning were incredibly lucrative, easy to make, sell them for a lot. Today, banner ads might sell for 1/10 of that, or if we count ads on Facebook and the like, as little as 1% of the cost of a magazine ad on a per-person basis. But of course, it's not a fair comparison for a bunch of reasons. 1, magazine ad pricing counts the entire circulation of a magazine, even though very few people read every single page of the magazine. Web ads, on the other hand, measure how many people look at that precise page. 2, a web ad salesperson can say, well, even if 1 in 1,000 people click on a web ad, it's still better than how many people click on a magazine ad. The problem with this is that while clicks are proof that something happened, they're rare indeed. Magazines don't offer advertisers clicks, but they do offer them hope, something advertisers love to buy. 3, magazines have always embraced mass. Advertisers pay extra for big circulation magazines, even though that means less focus. Even a magazine that's focused on a given topic, surfing, say, or gardening, can't distinguish whether the ad is being seen by a man or a woman or by someone who just bought a new car. The web offers all that and much more, but advertisers are radically undervaluing this focus because they grew up in a world of mass. It's fine to have a very fine focus, but if you're selling to people with blurry vision, it doesn't help much. And 4, lastly, magazine ads were largely sold, not bought. Condé Nast and other big companies happily wined and dined ad executives for years to earn the huge buys, more than 700 pages in the new Vogue, that appeared in their magazines. Websites, on the other hand, are inherently digital and would like to be bought, not sold, which gives advertisers an enormous amount of choice and leverage. The short version is that magazine ads were expensive because they were scarce, they worked, maybe, and they were sold hard. Web ads have long been dramatically undervalued as measured media by people who don't want to measure, as focused media by people who want mass. Magazine ads were great, a perfect industry, one that's being replaced by something impossible, something that doesn't work for all parties yet. The result is that tonnage, huge ad inventories, inventory in the billions of impressions, are at the heart of much of what is currently paying the bills in web advertising, which pushes advertisers to show you more pages, interrupt you when they can, and try to keep you inside their site, clicking around. Most people are never going to click on an ad, even an ad that they will ultimately remember. Google's AdWords is one exception to the tonnage rule, and if it's not pushed to scale too much, opens the door for advertisers to start measuring the value of what they get when they buy a direct response web ad. Buy an ad for $1 a click, and if you make $2 in profit, buy more ads. But this only moves the measurement argument forward, as these ads are only attractive to advertisers who measure their results. Most ads don't work because we click on them, though. They work because we remember them, or because they change our perception or tell us a story. Until advertisers start to value the focused, memorable, impactful opportunity they have in buying the right ads in the right place for the right audience, web users are going to be stuck seeing irrelevant ads on sites that don't respect their time and attention as much as they should. We have salespeople and investors and agencies and buyers that come from a world of mass and scarcity, and the opportunities of focus and connection and abundance are taking a while to sink in. Since advertising is paying for a big portion of the consumer web, it's being built to please advertisers. Right now, though, what advertisers are used to buying isn't what the web is good at building. There's huge progress being made in perceptions, but there's a ways to go, which is why we are ad-supported isn't as obvious a strategy as it should be. You just listened to the post titled Advertising's Bumpy Transition and Why It Matters to You by Seth Godin of Seths.blog. Inflation is running rampant, supply chains are clogged, and the labor market is tight. What does that mean for margins? You might not know. And if you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business. But not every business is in the dark. Over 33,000 businesses know their numbers because they use NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system to power your growth. With visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, planning, budgeting, and more, NetSuite is everything you need to grow, all in one place. With NetSuite, you can automate your processes and close your books in no time while staying well ahead of your competition. In fact, 93% of surveyed businesses increased their visibility and control after upgrading to NetSuite. For the new year, NetSuite has a new financing program for those ready to upgrade at netsuite.com/startup. Head to netsuite.com/startup for this special one-of-a-kind financing offer on the #1 financial system for growing businesses. netsuite.com/startup. And thank you to Seth, who is a super popular writer with 19 best-selling books. He's also the creator of Alt MBA, which is an online leadership and management workshop. Alt MBA uses digital tools to engage with small groups of 120 students in an intense 4-week process. It's been going on since 2015 and has now transformed the lives of more than 4,500 people in more than 70 countries. And a little bit more about Seth, he has been writing daily on his blog for over a decade now, and more than 60,000 people have taken his online courses. He's also got 5 TED Talks, and his site is definitely worth checking out. So much to offer there. You can find, of course, his massive blog, but also podcasts, books, speaking, and so much more right there on his site. Again, that's Seths.blog. But that wraps up our episode today. Hope you enjoyed it and that you're having a great day, and I will see you right back here tomorrow, and that is where your optimal life awaits.